Hello, so today we're going to draw a mandala and embellish it with our pin pens, and we're going to use a brush tip, a 0.1 and a 0.5. So the first thing I'm going to do is use my 0.1 to add some of the finer elements. So we've used our 0.1 to create fine lines around the centre of our mandala design, and I'm just going to show you how to produce this textural effect here, and just how to and then just how these dots come up from the centre. Okay, so this is a very simple technique, but it works really well on mandala designs because it creates variation in your design. We've just done some simple lines here, and now we're going to overlap those lines to create some more texture with the 0.1 pen. And then just some simple dots. I've clustered dots below here, and I'm just bringing them out so you can see how you can create variation in tone in your mandala design. And that's with the 0.1. So we've filled in this middle with the 0.1, and I've now started to decorate with the 0.5. So I'm just going to show you the final bit of this decoration, and then we're just going to marry some bits up with the 0.1 design. So I'm just going to go around here, this petal design, and just a very simple dot and petals around here, so we echo the concentric design. So then we've got a nice equal pattern, and then we're just going to fill in here, and you can see how solid the black is. And we're just going to make some dashes around there, a circle there, and then some dots here, so you can see the contrast between the dots of the 0.5 and the 0.1. And then we're just going to put some dots here to unite the design. So we've worked with our 0.1, we've also worked with our 0.5, and now I'm adding some darker areas with the brush tip. So you can see how brilliant it is at covering large areas and creating some nice line effects. So I'm just going to finish this bit, and you can create nice little tips here with the very edge of your brush, the tip of your brush as well. So I'm just going to make this little flower motif popping out of this mandala, and I'm just going to use a brush to bring out some petals. So I'm going to work on the tip, and then I'm just going to work at an angle, producing lines around that. So I can also just use my brush tip to create a more vibrant centre, which just anchors my design a little bit. I can just pull those together to make a bit more of an organic shape. And I can also add dots, so I can use large dots if I press it down, or I can use fine dots, depends. And I can also just do some very fine dots around that to bring the design together. So this is just an initial mandala design, but I can use my framework to add to that, or I can leave it as is. I'll just to show you how many line effects you can get and many colouring effects you can get on your brush tip. So that's a very simple mandala design that I can add to and embellish with my pins. but that should be quite a good intro to get started with.